See, we are missing some people every morning, so someone is really tired. So, but we have to run the meetings anyway, so those of you that are late, you need to check the meeting afterwards in the records, so you know what we've been talking about. Today we're gonna start with someone is having the microphone on, so it's Saeed, I think. So today we're gonna start with checkpoint number 2. So I hope you all got some feedback or some comments on the checkpoint number 1. So check your mailbox. And there's one person that we haven't got anything from, and we cannot contact the person. So if you feel that you are that person, maybe check your chat, private chat or mailbox to see if you have any messages from us. So before we start with the checkpoint, I want to add something to that we had yesterday. We were using some link examples. I'm gonna show you a few more just to that could be useful in the checkpoint also. So we're gonna have a look on the same project that we had yesterday. It was this one where we created a lot of different cars. We had this possibility to make some inputs also, and in the end we were printing out some data, unsorted and sorted, and we were using link to sort. We were using link to find cars from a specific year, and that's where we were using link. And in all these examples we were using link, we were doing to list at the end all the time, so we were creating new lists. I'm going to show you some few examples that just take specific data out of a list, so you don't have to do to list afterwards all the time. So I'm going to go to the top where we have just created everything. We have created 6 cars here, so I'm going to do some coding here just to calculate things. So you know, I was telling you yesterday the link could do a lot of things. So making a calculation about average speed, for example. So it's checking all the speeds for all the cars and then returning an average for you. So I'm going to show you just a few examples of that. So I did forget about it yesterday. So I'm using the same project as we had yesterday. So this project is also available on the files section in Teams. So just we could do one example just to find the highest speed in no matter what car, just getting the value of the highest speed in the list. So you could use something called the max or max. So if you have the cars list that was named cars, I think, yeah, we could use the link command max. So this, it tells in the help section here, returns the maximum value in a.
I can't see your screen.
Yeah. Did you pay the monthly fee for this show?
Yeah.
No, I forgot. Is this the wrong? This is, yeah. Oh my God. Pressing the wrong screen. This should be it. So thanks for reminding me. You see my screen now? I have some strange things in my Teams now. Okay, so you see what I'm talking about now again. So we have this code from yesterday, And in the beginning, I was creating a lot of cars in different ways to add them to a list. And all these cars ended up in this cars list. So I'm gonna search just for the highest speed. So I'm not gonna take care of what car or what it is, but just finding the highest speed from the list. So you could use link for that and this command max or max maybe. And you could tell just with this lambda expression way, I'm gonna name it car and having these arrow functions here. And I could just use speed, for example. So this will find the highest value just in speed. And if you check on the max here, it says it's going to return. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's not possible to point here, but it will return an integer because all the speeds are in integer. So when it's doing it, just finding the highest value. So it will return an integer. And you know that the speed is an integer because we have the property. So I could just to get a variable out of this, I could create one int and just say highest speed. This is just a variable name, so and of course ending this. So this line will find the highest speed in the list. So we could do some more example also. So let's say we want to find out the average speed from all the speeds. We're going to calculate the average. So we could go for cars again, cars list, and do average. So there are a lot of built-in functions with link that you could use. And you will see that this average, it will return something in decimal, because if you have different speeds mixed and counting the average, it will be with a decimal number. So we could create a variable, could use double, for example. That's the type. We could name it average speed. So I'm going to tell what property I want the average from. So I do it with this lambda expression. And the speed. So this will calculate the average speed from all the cars. I want to gonna do a stupid example that I want to get a sum. So adding everything together, summarizing everything. But my data isn't that good for that, but I'm gonna summarize the sum of all speeds. And that's not useful in any case, but just for showing you how it's working. So you have the cars list and you have the sum. And I'm going to do this lambda expression thing again. And taking the speed again here. That was wrong. Large capital S in speed. You will see that what is returning here is an integer. So I'm going to create one integer variable here. So sum of all speeds. This is maybe not useful in a science fiction or in a technical way. Just to showing you it's possible to use sum. So this could be sum of something else instead. And we're going to do one last example here, just to count something out of something. You know, when we were doing the array thing, we were using the length. So now we're going to use count. So you could we could do like this. We're going to create an integer. I'm going to count cars, for example. Choose the cars, and I could do count right away here. This will get the number of cars in the list. We could make another example, so with the count also. So we could count Volvos, for example. So this could be done by cars. And then we could do the where. We had this yesterday, where also. And this lambda expression as always. And this time I'm gonna use brand. This is the containing the Volvos or the brand names. And I could do like brand contains. And I could type in Volvo, for example. Volvo. And this, in the end, I could do the count thing again. So I'm mixing two things. So I have the cars list and I do a where, so finding all the Volvos. And when I'm done, I'm doing a count. So in the end, I just get a value of telling how many cars that are Volvos inside here. I have nothing in the chat here, so I'm just gonna run this to see that we have some data. I'm not printing these out now, so I'm just calculating them into variables. So I'm gonna make a breakpoint here in the line after. So when we run the code, it will stop in this line and we will be able to see all these values with help of the locals window, or just going with the mouse over the variable name, or you could maybe use the quick watch thing. So I'm going to run this. Hopefully, yes, so we stopped here. You see, I get a yellow arrow here, so it stopped at this line. And now we will have these values. You see, the highest speed is 205. We have an average speed of 185. We have the sum of all speeds. Yeah, it's over 1,000. So, and counting cars, we have 6 cars in the list, and counting Volvos, we have 3 Volvos in the list. So by checking the cars list with the quick watch, you would see that we have 6 cars here, and most likely we have 3 Volvos also. It's getting too big. So the final one was a Volvo. This was not a Volvo, and this was not a Volvo. So here we have 3 Volvos in the list. So this is useful to use LINQ to also find out data inside lists. So you could, with help of this lambda expression, you could pinpoint or point out the exact property you want to have some information about. So this max is checking through all the cars and checking which number is highest. This could be done with an for loop, for example. So you go through each car in the list and save the highest one each time you find. So check comparing that you have the highest value in the end. And same with the average speed. You could do a calculation with a for loop. So you are putting everything together and then making a calculation so you get an average. And same with the sum, you could do it also in a for loop. So this is just to making it more simple, or to make this type of calculations. But you remember, you could do this also in in a for loop, for example, so you could make your own calculations. So this is just to help you to make it easier to type code that is doing the things for you with the help of LINQ. So this was just something extra about LINQ I forgot to mention yesterday. And we're gonna have more LINQ later on within a few weeks. So this is just showing you a few things. Do we have any questions on the LINQ parts? So we're gonna move on to the to do. So let's see where I'm at for this checkpoint now. I'm gonna find it on my computer first. So this is the teams. We have this second week now, week 44. We are at day 8 now here. So I moved the checkpoint information from tomorrow's schedule for today. So I think it's better if you start with it so you have one extra day. We have still all the links here available for those of you that want to have a look at them. You will have what I will say, yes, you will have it available from this SharePoint link, but it's asking a question about you getting authorized or something like that. So you will find, as previous week, you will find the checkpoint under the Files tab in the Teams. There's also a link directly to the instruction file, but it's also possible to find it under here, under File and Checkpoint. So we will have checkpoint number 2 there. So I'm going to try this link to just verify that it's functioning. So this week, the checkpoint is about using the things that we had before also with list and class, using objects, maybe some LINQ. So if you check on the intro here, what it's telling you, you should create a console application, which is asking the user for 3 things: category, product name, and price. So if, like an example, it could be category, could be car, the product name could be a Volvo or something, and the price. So this could be anything, like you can make up any categories and the product names. So these are the inputs that are required from the application. We have some levels also. Level number 1. It says create at least one class for your application. So it's like we have been doing with the cars. We've been having one class and then creating objects out of that. So it says use this class or classes if you want to have more when you add items to a list. And you should be able to add items to the list until you write Q for quit. And then when you are done, you should present the list with all the items added. So this is pretty much what we had last week also. But this time, instead of having one input, you will have 3 different inputs. So you need to take care of these inputs and create an object and add this to the object, and after that adding them to a list. Any questions on level number 1? I think we go on to level number 2. It says your application needs at least 2 classes. we're gonna have one example after lunch showing you how you can have another class inside one class. So that will make it clearer maybe. And the same thing here, you could use these classes when you add your items to the list. So it's still same input all the time. So you need to take care of. And you should add items to the list and write Q to quit. There's one extra thing here. Summarize the price when presenting the list. So you should add together all the prices and have them separately shown on the page on the printout. And this list should sort from low price to high price and have a sum at the bottom. So this summarized thing is this one. Do we have any questions on level 2? Nothing. Are you still there?
Yes, yes.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
I thought you were maybe looking at Netflix instead. So we move on to level number 3 then. So this is the same as level number 2. You have these things are exactly the same. There are some few other things coming in the end here. You should make it possible to add more products after presenting the list. So when you have pressed Q and showing the list of all the products, after that you should be able to add more things to the list. Add error handling. This is a little bit confusing. It's just some validation I think it's a bad naming on that one. And then it says refactor your code using LINQ. I've been showing you LINQ examples. So this is if you, for example, doing the sum with the for each loop, you could refactor it and use LINQ instead. So maybe you are using a LINQ right away. So that's maybe no use for that. There's just also a link to LINQ if you want to have some guidelines. We also added one extra level because some people are pretty so experienced, so you will manage to do the first 3 levels pretty fast. So you have an extra level for those of you that want some extra challenge. So after you are having presented the list, you should have the possibility to search for products. So you should be able to type in something to find the products. And it has an A and B section here. So the B section is to highlight exactly the searched phrase in the list. So if you have a list of cars, for example, and you are searching for a Volvo, you should find it making it possible to search all the Volvos, and in the B, you should highlight the Volvo text. So this is something extra just for those that want to have something more challenging to do. So start at level 1. So they are building up all the way. So I think with all we have been going through, level 1 you should manage. Level 2 you could manage. We're going to have some more information about using more classes. So this we will cover after lunch. So and then it comes up to this. It's getting more and more difficult for each level. So you start at level 1, and if you just manage level 1, it's okay. So just send in the level that you managed to do. So if you manage to do level 1 and level 2, so just send in the solution for level 2. And try to, when you're sending these files in, try to follow the instructions with the file naming for when you're sending the zip file, for example. So you have it named C2 and then your name afterwards. It will be much easier for us to find because we're having a lot of files and a lot of classes. So we have hundreds of files coming out from the mailbox. So try to name it like you did it in checkpoint number 1. So name the zip file that you're sending to us like C2 underscore your name. So that will help us a lot. Do you have any questions on this checkpoint? So until Friday, until 3 o'clock, and you will have almost 3 days to do it. So you could mix by doing some of these links that we have also for this week. So checking for some videos and tutorials for a while, and then do some on things on the checkpoint. So you could mix it. So maybe you could find some information also in the links that you could have use of in the checkpoint. Any questions? Can we use NuGet? Yes, you could use it. It should be nice if you're just using the things we have been going through, but you are allowed to use other things also. So I wouldn't say that using other things are cheating, but it's making it a lot easier. So have people from using lists already in checkpoint number 1, and they were someone using regex, that is a way to check that the string is containing some the wished characters and so on. So it's not forbidden to use other helpful things, but so we're gonna have like Hadi is asking about NuGet, so maybe you don't know what NuGet is. We are going to talk about it later, so it's nothing you need to know now. So we're gonna use NuGet later on in this course. Do you have any questions? Normally I get about 20 questions after this, showing this. Should we separate classes in different files or all in one? You could do as you want to, because we haven't done that yet, so we haven't been separating anything yet. So you could do everything in the same file. We will come to that also later on, so we start splitting things. So in the beginning, we put everything in the same file, so making it easy to find things, especially for you that are new to this with programming. So it could be difficult to start looking in many files. Anything else? So you could send the questions on the group chat or on the private chat. So me and Ernst are ready to answer your questions. But I hope you all understand what you are supposed to do. I want everyone to write in the chat yes or no.
I think the things about using several classes is a bit confusing for me.
Yes,
we're going
we're going to go through that after lunch. So So that is confusing. So yeah, most of you understand, and maybe you have some questions afterwards when you start reading this document again. You will realize, oh, what was this about? So just send a question, so it will be perfect. Otherwise, just continue or start working with the checkpoint, or maybe you are in the middle of doing a tutorial or watching a Pluralsight video. So maybe you want to finish that first. So remember, you have 3 days now, so it's a lot of time. See you at 1 o'clock then.
Yes. See you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.